Go as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Green 80! Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Good shot!
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
One of the surprises of the first round, the Seattle Seahawks selecting running back Rashad Penny out of San Diego State. Highly regarded, but most people thought he would go in the second round.
But he did have an incredible senior year at San Diego State, over 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns.
He resembles Marshawn Lynch in build, but has the ability to take it the distance as well. Had 7 kick returns during his career at San Diego State for touchdowns.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Mike 280! Mike 50. You don't want that. Pick up the ball.
On second and 11 now. Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw on second down. Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster. Complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's caught by Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got it. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Tighten up, tighten up. Double bump. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now Roethlisberger. Throw that side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one past the 30, down to the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Check, walk 54. Yo.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's get it.
On the Seahawks' 19-yard line.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Snickers, got to spin.
Geis. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Army. Check 9.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
1st down, Seahawks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Penny. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. This is intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
You can't block me. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Take both of them. Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want to lose.
Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
In your face. Mike,
Wilson. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And they work this out past the 25. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson turns and gives to Procise. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 29, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he fires one incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wilson now to throw again. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Steelers' 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Watch out. Tight end run. Everyone got 4 down.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Darius Geis, 97 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Check 20. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 31. Black is on.
Here's Geis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready? Blue 30. Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the run.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Did that? Black 20. 3 butt. 50. Black.
On the ground, Geis. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, Geis. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Darius Geis with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. From the gun, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson operating from the gun. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw again is Wilson. Being chased out left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Penny will try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit.
31-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Second and 8 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Man, I got you.
Here's Roethlisberger. He gets it in the hands of Geis. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's third and 3.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Why are they playing?
Ben to throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Second and 5 at the 8-yard line.
Come on. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
A second down carry for Procise. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And it brings up third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the shotgun, Wilson completes it to Dixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's where you belong.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He makes Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble.
Black 20. Mike 5-4. Let's go. Let's get this ball.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 50.
Hey, echo. Let's go.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 yards there, first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they open the lead up now to 25. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing is Wilson. And an alley to run. Big hold of the 30. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A gain there of 21 yards.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
Zero.
Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson, left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Seahawks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Operating from the gun. Wilson. He's got his man on the comebacker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Squeeze, double.
Penny, a first down carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
12.
From the gun, Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 yards on the play, first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
380. 12.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
To throw is Wilson. Operating from the gun. Eluding the pressure. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Alert, alert.
Roethlisberger will throw. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Roethlisberger now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger, and they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Javon Hargrave in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Check 55, Mike.
Now it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Under 10. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Black is good.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jared Cook, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Penny, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Mike 50. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On second and 11 now. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
2 yards on the carry there.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And Cook has it, left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ready? Blue 30.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the slant.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll run with Geis. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Penny. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
You got it. You got
it. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Penny. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try the right side here with Penny. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Not today, you are. Not today.
That was shot Penny. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was due in large part once again to the play of big number 7, their quarterback Ben Roethlisberger.
And as you and I both know, there can be some really good Big Ben days. There can be some not quite as good Big Ben days. But they're always going to be exciting, aren't they? He makes plays. He stands in the pocket and delivers against a fierce rush. He can exit out at times. There's something special about that guy, and no game is out of reach when he's on the field.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0.